Alright, so in this video what we'll do is we'll talk about CSS. Now all this stuff we have covered in class, but this is just a refresher video in case you have forgotten how to do this stuff. So the first thing we need to do is to place a tag, and CSS is all about change. That's literally what it does. We can change colors, we can change fonts, we can change how big those fonts are, and we can do a lot of different things to design our website. So the first thing that you need is a tag, and CSS can affect any tag that we've talked about. We've talked about a ton. We talked about divs, and we've talked about H1s through H6s, P tags for paragraphs, lists, images, links. CSS can affect anything that is actually on our HTML sheet. So what I'll do is I'll just place a H1 and I'll say hello class, and if I save that, we have it saved. And this is just the boilerplate from Moodle, and I've already have the link to the style sheet here and the style sheet itself, so it's there. Alright, these are two separate documents. So if I go to the style, remember how we write it. The first thing that we want to do is type in the selector. So what tag we want to change. This can be your P tag, your H1 through H6, your unordered list, ordered list, image, whatever it is. So all we have is an H1, so let's just type H1. That's the tag we want to change, and then we're going to put in a curly bracket. Alright, and I like to hit enter right here because anything that we want changed goes in between the opening and closing curly brackets. So that's just the way it goes as we write it. So what we want to do is we want to change the color. So I'm literally going to say color. That's what I want to change. And then we put a colon because we want to separate it. And then after that, we put the color itself. So if I say teal, red, green, blue, purple, and then I can put a semicolon to close it. So the first thing is you choose the selector, then you have the property, in this case it's color, and then the value, which will be teal. And remember, you need your colon in between the property and the value, and you need a semicolon to end it. So there's a couple other ways that we use to change color, and what I'll do is I'll just go to the internet really quickly, and I'll just say Adobe Color, type that in, and we'll pull up the Adobe Color wheel here. Now what I have here, and I'll just kind of play around with this, we have a few different ways to change color, and this is the way that you're going to want to necessarily do it, simply because there's going to be times where you just don't want a red, green, or blue. You want to follow a color scheme. And the first thing is a hex code, and a hex code is a 6-digit letter number combination. So in our case, what I can do here is I can go in to my HTML here, and let's just do this for an H2, hello class, and hit save. What I'm going to do is go in and say H2 curly bracket, and then I'm going to put that hex code that I have. So this hex code is 12E3C5. 123EC5. So the first thing you need to do when you're doing this, let's write color, and before the 6-digit letter number combination, you have to put a hashtag there. And now I forgot what it is. So it's 12E E3C5, and then I will put a semicolon. And now if I go live, you can see that that color shows up. And there's one more way to add color to our site. Well, there's other ways, but these are the main three. The other thing is you'll see these three, well, really four numbers, but it's three numbers in total that add the color. And these are RGB values, or red, green, and blue. So and these numbers range from 0 to 255 here. So in this case, what I can do is I can go in and add a color. So let me go in and add an H3. Hello class. Alright, save that. And now let's write an RGB value for this here. So what I can do is I can say H3, curly bracket. Here's the tag I want to change. What about this tag do I want to change? Well, I want to change your color. Alright, but I don't want to just use a hex or just a color itself. I want to use RGB. And then I can go in and write parentheses. Alright, so it's RGB and then a parenthesis. And then this is where you put your three numbers. So in our case, let's just do this one. So I'll say 229, comma, 250, comma, 170. And let's not forget our semicolon. And now if I hit save and we live preview this, my H3 should have that color. Very ugly color, but it works. So this is how you can add color to your site with a various amount of ways.